A Behir is a massive fearsome creature resembling a mix between a dragon and a giant serpent. Its long muscular body can reach up to 60 feet in length, covered in thick, scaly skin that ranges in color from dark blue to dark brown. Its body is segmented, with each segment adorned with a pair of sharp, curving claws. The Behir's head is serpent-like, with piercing yellow eyes and a mouth full of razor-sharp teeth. Its most distinctive feature is the pair of lightning-shaped horns on its head, which crackle with electric energy. Now that we know what the Behir is, let's talk some features. With a movement speed of 50 and a climbing speed of 40, it's no surprise these guys were able to catch up to dragons. Behirs have a +6 per perception, +7 to stealth. By combining their climbing and stealth, these creatures are incredibly adept at ambushing. They are also immune to lightning and have a dark vision of 90 feet and a passive perception of 16. Lastly, the Behir can speak Draconic. The Behir has multi-attack. It can make 2 attacks, one with its bite and one with its constrict. Its bite is a melee weapon attack with 10 feet of reach. On hit, it deals 22 or 3d10 +6 piercing damage. Among the game's bite damage, this is definitely up there. However, if you're still planning on hunting one down, or just planning on engaging and not running when you're ill prepared, well, then...
The more you fuck around, the more you're gonna find out.
We then have the Behir's own sneaky brand of CC in the form of Constrict, a melee weapon attack that can affect one large or smaller creature. On hit, it deals 17 or 2d10 +6 bludgeoning damage, +17 or 2d10 +6 slashing damage. In addition, the target is grappled. The target can escape the grapple with a DC 16 athletics check, and if you get caught, you can only really expect this. Wrong clip. I meant more this. Not a good way to go. We then have the Behir's own brand of no-no spray known as Lightning Breath. The Behir excels a line of lightning that is 20 foot long and 5 foot wide. Each creature in that line must make a DC 16 dexterity saving throw, taking 66 or 12d10 lightning damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. Now, while I do wish this breath weapon had more range, and of course you can do it, I understand why with its, well, powerful damage output. We're talking 12d10s here. Lastly, we have Swallow. The Behir makes one bite attack against a medium or smaller target it is grappling. If the attack hits, the target is also swallowed and the grapple ends. While swallowed, the target is blinded and restrained. It has total cover against attacks and other effects outside the Behir, and it takes 21 or 66 acid damage at the start of each of the Behir's turns. A Behir can have only one creature swallowed at a time. Now, nobody wants to be ate. Well, okay. Some people kinda do. Though nobody wants to be eaten by a giant snake. I hope. Now, there is a silver lining if you do end up inside its stomach. If the Behir takes 30 damage or more on a single turn from the swallowed creature, the Behir must succeed a DC 14 Constitution saving throw at the end of that turn, or regurgitate the creature, which falls prone in a space within 10 feet of the Behir. If the Behir dies, a swallowed creature is no longer restrained by it and can escape from the course by using 15 movement speed, exiting prone. Now that we talked about its features, let's talk about some settings. Here are 3 settings that could work for your world. For a simple one, we have the Wild Frontier. The Behir has claimed a vast swath of territory, where it roams free and hunts for prey. The terrain is rugged and dangerous, but adventurers who are willing to take the risk might be able to find some valuable treasures in it. However, the Behir has its reputation for being the most ferocious and dangerous creature within the Wild Frontier. For something a little bit more interesting, we have the Forbidden Forest. In the Forbidden Forest, a powerful wizard has created an enchanted garden filled with wondrous and magical plants. However, the garden is guarded by a fierce Behir, who has been tasked with protecting the wizard's secrets. Adventurers who try to sneak into the garden will quickly find themselves caught in a trap. The Behir has been given the power to summon illusions, and can easily trick would-be thieves into falling into its grasp. However, if the adventurers can find a way to outsmart the Behir, they might be able to claim some of the garden's magical treasures for themselves. For something a little more complex, we have the Ruined City. Long ago, a great city was destroyed by a powerful dragon. who unleashed a terrible curse that wiped out the city's inhabitants. However, the Behir was one of the few creatures that survived the curse, and it has been nursing a deep grudge against the dragon ever since. Now, the dragon has returned to the ruins of the city, searching for an ancient artifact that he believes is hidden there. The Behir is determined to get his revenge on the dragon, and will stop at nothing to drive him out of the city. Adventurers who find themselves caught between the Behir and the dragon, who will be in human form, in order to get the party on its side, will have to navigate a complex web of alliances and betrayals to survive. To spice this up, you could also say the dragon hired a group of treasure hunters in order to add another faction into the mix. Now that we have our settings, let's talk some strategy. For general combat strategy, the Behir is a powerful and fearsome creature, and in combat it relies on a combination of brute force and lightning fast strikes to take down its prey. In general, the Behir will try to attack its opponents from a distance with its lightning breath ability, using its movement speed and long reach to try to stay out of melee range. If the opponents do get too close, the Behir will then use his bite and constrict attacks to try to grapple them and squeeze the life out of them. In addition, the Behir has high armor class and a large pool of hit points, making it difficult to take down with a single attack. Overall, the Behir is a formidable opponent in combat, and adventurers will need to be well prepared and well equipped if they want to take it down. Now for an interesting combat strategy, one interesting combat strategy for the Behir involves using its lightning breath ability to create a zone of danger around it. The Behir can use his movement speed to move around the battlefield, making it difficult for opponents to target it directly. Instead, the Behir will try to create a path of electrified air using its lightning breath ability to blast an area in front of it with lightning bolts. This will create a dangerous zone the opponents will need to navigate carefully if they hope to get close to the Behir. In a similar fashion to an area effect spell such as Spike Growth, this feature could control the battlefield and allow for more map interaction during combat. That is all for today's video. Please like, follow, and subscribe. Tell me about your favorite encounter with a Behir in the comment section below. Peace.